Hello friends, how are you all? Today I've come to you with a massive update that's going to blow your mind because the news about Black Adam Part 2 is starting to reshape the entire future of the DC universe. If you're a true superhero fan, especially someone who admires Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, then trust me, this video is nothing less than a treasure chest for you. I have just one small request. Please don't skip the video, watch it till the end because I'm going to tell you everything, every piece of detail about this movie that you simply cannot miss. And yes, if you truly love the world of cinema and want to stay ahead with all the latest movie updates, then subscribe now to our channel, Cinema Update, where every piece of news is delivered first and with unmatched accuracy. Now let's talk about that character who shook the entire DC universe in his very first appearance. Yes, I'm talking about the warrior who was imprisoned for over 5,000 years, and when he was finally set free, the world witnessed only a glimpse of his true power, Black Adam, a name that is now more than just a superhero. It's become a symbol, an icon. Although his debut movie didn't become a blockbuster in terms of box office numbers, Dwayne Johnson's performance, his entry scene, his rage, and above all, his principle, "I don't bow," carved a permanent place in the hearts of fans. And today, with talks of Black Adam Part 2 in the air, the level of excitement among fans is simply electrifying. The story of the first film ended with Teth-Adam declaring himself as the protector of Kahndaq, having faced off against the Justice Society of America, Hawkman, Cyclone, Atom Smasher, and most notably Dr. Fate. That showdown proved that Black Adam wasn't someone who could be easily controlled or defeated. But the story didn't end there. That post-credit scene where Superman, played by Henry Cavill's Spawn, made a surprise appearance and confronted Black Adam, planted the seed for a legendary clash. Since then, one question has echoed in every fan's mind. Will Black Adam and Superman really face off? Will these two titans finally test each other's strength? And the latest reports and leaks are pointing towards a future that's more intense and epic than anything we've seen in the DCEU so far. Black Adam Part 2 is expected to take the story to a much deeper, more emotional and darker place. In the first part, Black Adam was portrayed as a protector seeking justice, but on his own terms. Now the narrative has moved far beyond that. Black Adam will now have to confront not only external threats, but also the broken system, a system that has oppressed the innocent for centuries. On the other side, the fracture within the Justice Society and the sacrifice of Dr. Fate are not just past events. They are the beginning of a new arc. The internal conflict within Black Adam, the grief of losing his son and the burden of carrying out justice, will unfold in ways never seen before. Director Jaume Serra is expected to return, as Dwayne Johnson has clearly stated in several interviews that he doesn't see himself working with any other filmmaker on this project. Moreover, the script for the sequel is said to be more politically charged and philosophically layered. The film won't just deal with superpowers, it will explore themes of leadership, sacrifice, injustice, rebellion, and the balance of power. Black Adam will now be seen not just as a guardian of a single nation, but as a potential threat, or a savior, for the entire planet. Dwayne Johnson has described this film as the most personal project of his career. He's not just acting in it, he's breathing life into a legend. His physical transformation, his look, his costume, everything is being reworked to give Black Adam a fiercer and more war-torn appearance. But what's more intriguing is that this time, Black Adam won't just fight others. He will have to fight himself, his inner demons, his past mistakes, and the expectations of the world that now watches his every move. Now let's talk about the villain, because a hero is only as great as his villain. According to reports, there may be two main antagonists in this film. The first is a mysterious sorcerer connected to the ancient history of the JSA, and the second might be a cosmic-level threat possibly pulled from the new God's mythology. This means that the battle in Black Adam 2 will not be limited to Earth. It may expand into the cosmos, threatening the very balance of the universe. Fan excitement for a Superman versus Black Adam face-off is also at an all-time high, while the DC studio leadership changed direction after the first movie, pushing plans for this clash into uncertainty. The current buzz suggests Warner Brothers. The story opens in a disturbed universe, where a long-dormant force buried for eons has begun to awaken, disturbed by Black Adam's defiance. While Black Adam attempts to bring peace to Kahndaq, a force beyond galaxies begins moving toward Earth. He soon realizes that his battle is no longer confined to a single nation. It has expanded beyond planets, beyond time, and beyond myth. This new force is Neron, one of DC Comics' divine-level villains who emerges from the depths of the underworld, known as the Soul Broker. Neron seeks one thing: power. And to gain it, he wants dominion over souls across the Earth. But there is one soul that resists his contracts: the soul of Teth-Adam. This conflict becomes the heart of the sequel. Now torn between two responsibilities in protecting Kahndaq and defending the universe, Black Adam finds himself at a moral crossroads. In desperation, he reaches out to the Justice Society of America. But after the traumatic events of the previous film, the JSA is shattered. Hawkman has disappeared into exile, haunted by the echoes of his past lives. Cyclone has turned away from magic to pursue science, and Atom Smasher is drowning in guilt and depression. And most notably, Dr. Fate is gone, but his mystical helmet remains. The Helmet of Fate now seeks a new host. It chooses a gifted young sorceress and scientist, Zatanna, who brings a fresh dimension to the mythos, balancing logic with the arcane. Zatanna's arrival marks a new era. She vows to reunite the broken Justice Society and to lead it with purpose, not tradition. Meanwhile, Black Adam, once a lone wolf, begins to realize that not all wars are meant to be fought alone. As Neron sends his dark agents to Earth, one of them, named Blight, begins consuming people's emotions and fears, turning cities into nightmares. Chaos spreads. In Kahndaq, the dead rise, time bends, and dreams bleed into reality. To face this, Black Adam must go beyond raw strength. He must find control over his own pain and anger. In search of inner balance, he returns to the ruins of Eternium, where it all began. There, he discovers a fragment of the ancient wizard spirit who warns him. If the balance of souls is broken, power will consume the wielder. It's no longer about saving Kahndaq. It's about saving existence from spiritual collapse. One by one, the members of the Justice Society begin to rise again. Hawkman comes to terms with his past and takes flight like never before. Cyclone, having explored the limits of science, embraces her magical roots. Atom Smasher rediscovers his purpose, choosing courage over regret. And Zatanna, now wearing the Helmet of Fate, doesn't try to become Dr. Fate. She redefines what fate means. In a thunderous midpoint, Superman returns. He doesn't come to fight Black Adam. He comes to fight beside him. Henry Cavill's entrance as Superman is electric, and his words, "Power only matters when it's used with responsibility," echo across the cinematic world. Black Adam, once a man who trusted no one, now calls Superman an ally. But their alliance will be tested in fire. Neron descends upon Earth in full form. His goal, break Black Adam's soul and extract the Eternium key, the ancient essence that can unlock the gates between heaven and hell. Once opened, these gates would unravel all creation. This becomes the ultimate battleground. The final war begins. Black Adam, the JSA, and Superman face destruction on three fronts. Zatanna enters the astral plane to sever Neron's roots. Hawkman channels the skies to bring divine lightning. Atom Smasher grows colossal, casting his shadow across the entire city. But the heart of the film lies in the duel between Black Adam and Neron, a battle that transcends dimensions. Neron manipulates him with visions of his deceased son, breaking him from within. But Adam rises, his grief turning into strength. He declares, "A man who's already lost his son has nothing left to fear." In a final act of sacrifice, Black Adam traps Neron within the core of Eternium, but the gate must be sealed from the inside. Without hesitation, Black Adam steps into the abyss, locking himself in the underworld to ensure the realms remain separate. The screen fades to silence, showing him alone, standing in a glowing dimension, calm, fulfilled, and watching Earth from afar. Peace returns to Kahndaq. The Justice Society moves forward, training new recruits. Zatanna embraces her role as the new Fate. Superman begins laying the groundwork for a new Justice League, but the story doesn't end there. In a cryptic post-credits scene, a shadowy figure appears, calling himself the Monitor, a celestial being who watches over the multiverse. He says one battle is still to come, not of Earth, but of all realities. The camera pans to a cosmic storm where countless Earths are colliding, and in its heart stands a throne of balance, awaiting its king.